I want, if I may, to say a bit about resilience. It's a word that's coined quite a lot and not really terribly well understood, and there's a good reason for that, because resilience is almost a collective word for a whole host of different things, and the package varies from place to place depending on where you go, and it is quite complex. I think to try and simplify resilience, we need to bear in mind that it is a long-term journey. There are some sort of quick fixes that one can put in place, and I will come back to those in a moment. But the overall journey of resilience is a long-term one. It's to do with personal development, ultimately. And one of the great ways of setting about that is to use emotional intelligence, if you want to, as a model for personal development. Now, when we do that, it's quite clear that within an organisation we need to look at the global level and the local or even individual level and make some form of assessments, because otherwise we're sticking plasters on fresh skin with no wounds, and we're not actually healing the bit that need doing. So it is important to make some assessments, and in that assessment it's good to keep things pretty simple. I'm a great proponent of simple models and simple assessments. In other words, things that can be understood very quickly in perhaps 3, 4, 5 minutes, and then passed on to someone else without error. So really very easy to pick up and understand. And the whole point of these simple models and these assessments should be to assist with two things: the self-acknowledgement, that self-understanding, that self-awareness that can take place by understanding more about who we are and how we operate mentally and behaviourally in the context of our work. So it's all of that. And then secondly, models and assessments that tell us more and give us more understanding and opportunities in the context of how we operate with other people. So in the dynamic and the communication that we have with other people. And that's why the EI, or emotional intelligence model, is very useful, because it looks specifically at those two areas and how we can be aware, or more aware, and how we can also manage those two areas. Now, in all of that process of resilience, one of the most critical and important things is feedback. Absolutely essential. Feedback from others, honest feedback, can make a huge difference. And that brings me to an extent of thinking about developing a culture for feedback that is healthy. So that's a shorter term objective, perhaps, to build a change in the work culture which makes feedback for everyone something that's expected. There's a model for it, it's culturally known and accepted in various contexts at work, so people really understand it, to build that within the work context. Even shorter than that, one can set up a sharing that is appropriate to the culture about what works. In other words, if something's successful, not just to say, oh, we succeeded in doing this, but actually detailing what was difficult, what was hard, what had to be got around, what structures and processes needed to be worked around rather than through in order to succeed. So that's a very useful thing one can be doing. The other useful thing that one can do short term within a culture to build resilience is to think about a mentoring program. That's not external with people like myself and others, but to use that internally to develop mentoring scheme using very good people who are calm and unflappable, experienced, good communicators, good leaders, who will help and assist and develop other people to build and model themselves on the management style of those mentors. So just some ideas, if you like, about resilience and how we can start to put things together in order to build that within cultures. Now, if you want to know more, do please call us. Always happy to hear from people and to talk to them. Contact us if you'd like to know more about resilience. Thank you.